Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It's your boy Marvin. We're going to get on to whether Debbie Duncan and obviously the family are going to take anything further. Before the interview, I would have said no. But now it seems like Debbie has been in a lot of conversing with the family. I still think she's going to be searching for answers and want to know in deeper what happened to her son, I think. Let's just go through some valuable information that someone put online. This is by Little Miss Vodka. And she said, Kwasi made a statement to Mark stating a woman knocked on the apartment, but we don't know who they are. Let's have a listen to this.
So I was thinking about Kasim's statement about when he said that there was a woman and a guy that buzzed or knocked on the apartment and asked him to move his car, right? So you remember this video where the guy drives past? This was 4 days after. This is a huge gap here. This is the white car with a flat tyre. As you can see, it's a huge gap to be parking in, right? And then obviously we have a picture next to the Airbnb. We've got parking over here where the white car normally parks.
Yeah.
So if the white car's over here with a flat tyre, then there would have been an empty spot here, empty spot here. I just feel like there's loads of places to park, and especially if you're coming back at that sort of time, knowing that you want to sleep, by the way, surely you would park somewhere not blocking anyone. Like if I drove here and I saw this car parked up, for example, I would park here or just anywhere that doesn't block anyone, especially if I was going back to go to sleep because I'm tired and I don't want to be woken up. To me, the whole story about the woman and the guy buzzing or knocking on the apartment was clearly so that Kasim could verify and say, oh yeah, I saw him speak to the Airbnb woman. It's like everything he said in his statement is like he's weaving in and out of everyone else's statements.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. But he knows, Kwasi Ayub knows that a lot of people are going to work with him on this. He's got alibi after alibi and after alibi. And as soon as the B&B owner said, look, Jay was there, I saw him twice, once walking up the hill and the next in a car, that said it all to me. That was completely all the police needed to hear, and these boys could go off home, not even though they were the last people to actually saw Jay. So one of the reasons why I play this video, because it just seems lie after lie after lie. And God, if that was my kid, I'd be absolutely fuming, because these kids and these adults are allowed to get away with actually lying and lying and lying and not being investigated. And someone come out with a good point, another YouTuber turned around and said they can go out and do this again. All of them, you know, if one or two were convicted, you would have said, right, at least the courts have made an example of someone. But they're all out there to do it again. They're from that scene. They're from the club scene. They like what they do at the end of the day. They're from that drug world. They know what it's all about. And it gets worse as the older you get, you know. I'm sure Lucy knew what she was doing, going out there flying left, right and centre all over the place, you know, with the big boys. She thinks at that time, at the end of the day, is she so involved now she can't get out of it? The other young lads now, have they signed up to something that they can't get out of? Why haven't Brad talked? Why hasn't Brandon said a word to supposedly be his best mate? What I think is that the whole thing has been shabby by the Guardia police in that area. I really, really do. They said they tried their best, but have they? You know, because like I said, we've had police, ex-police officers turn around and say that the Guardia love backhanders or money in a brown envelope should I say, why haven't it gone further? Why haven't we had arrests? Why? It doesn't make sense. Well, it does, should I say, in Tenerife, but it doesn't make sense because we're seeing it over here. I think this case would have been cracked and we would have had people up in court by now, or even on remand in this case. So I do hope Debbie Duncan takes things a lot further, as she needs to. I just don't think she can rest, and hopefully there's a police investigation coming up. We know that there's obviously a few more investigations over the body, but the police investigation hasn't been put out there by the family. Unless they say so, then it's just a waiting game to see whether they can take things further. People have said to me that they think the family will take things further. I do think they're getting a bit angrier and angrier because, like I said, I think now Debbie and the family have time to sit down. They're actually thinking, hold on, quite a few things don't add up. Obviously, Jay's mum mentioned Jay being in the back of the car. She doesn't think that, he was conscious there, which is very, very strange. We've seen a photo of Jay with Lucy, all bruised up in his face, which was really, really off key. And someone said that wasn't a photo from last year, that was a later photo. Was it taken somewhere along the NRG festival over those 3 days Jay's was there, or was it some time before? It's very, very strange that picture of Jay and Lucy, and she looked pretty strange in that photo as well, as though she was told to put a certain look on. If you really, really look at her face, I thought she looked quite uncomfortable in that photo. And people were saying then, was Jay out of it, or was he alive? It didn't look right to me at all. So I hope that Debbie does actually take things further and we get justice for Jay. But like I said, we can't really move forward unless it's her say so on this. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Debbie's going to leave it now and the family, or do you think we'll see police intervention and a criminal investigation that goes on in the UK? It's going to be interesting. I think the next week, I think it's going to be crucial on this case. Otherwise, it's just not. I just find that these people are still going to be out there and able to do it again, and people will talk about this case less and less and less. Let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment, and thank you for following me wherever you are in the world. I appreciate that.